Slave DiBiase.
Hey y'all, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on whenever you digest this content, whether religiously or in passing. I just want to say thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world for your 420 sesh, but you're here with your boy. Salute. This is another live session of the Offenders Initiative podcast. All my stoneheads, all my true offenders. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for pulling up to the sesh with your boy. Oh, thing started over here. I really don't like rolling up on camera or whatever, but sometimes you got to do what got to be done. You feel me? Y'all see the caption? We not playing no games. They got a season 5 trailer for The Boys. Invincible season 4. I guess the other half of the episodes. Daredevil season 2. There's a new trailer for that. And I have a question for y'all. Given what we know right now, should T.I. leave 50 Cent alone? I think maybe things have gone too far. What's going on, y'all? I'm gonna let some folks get in here first. I do have a question from, who is this? Is it gonna show it? Jesus Christ. There we go. Hey. Johnny 5985 says, besides Homelander versus Butcher, what are some other fights you want to see? What's going on, Johnny? Salute. Jamie Lanier is here. Salute. All right, man. Well, first we're gonna check out that trailer before I answer that question. Don't forget to tell me in the comments what you're smoking on today. What is your strain of the day? I'm still smoking on kamikaze candy. As a matter of fact, I'm coming to the good end of it. I'm about to roll all the rest of this up and put it right in the air where it's fair. And we're going to have us a nice little sesh. Yeah, Johnny, my boy, salute. Okay. Y'all get y'all thing together over there, your non-meaneries together, whatever y'all need. And we're going to get into this. Hold up. Man, oh man. Y'all tell me, this is we're working. This is Friday, y'all. This is Friday. How was your week? Was it worth it? Did you make you some money? Did you make a new friend? Did you find a new strain of weed that you didn't know about existed before? Tell me something. Hold on for a second, y'all. Matter of fact, we just gonna go like this. Oh, there we go. We gonna go with our folks from Keno Check, man. Y'all know what it is. Keno Check is our people. Said T.I. versus 50 should continue for the rest of the year. I don't know, man. A lot of things can be said that could possibly make that go the wrong way, but we're gonna get into it. Hold on. We're gonna go with our good folks at Keno Check. Hold on. Salute to Keno Check, man, and everything that they got going on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to them as well, because I react, I don't steal. Y'all know what I do. Let's get it.
My power is absolute. At heights no one's even dreamed of. But I have a bigger destiny.
Oh, praise be. And what is it?
All right, let's get to work, yeah?
We think that Homelander is looking for the V1.
It's Thought's first iteration of Compound V.
If Homelander got his hands on some,
He'd be immortal.
Oh.
We need to run while we can, however we can.
No. We hit him with the virus while it still works.
And kill every fucking suit on the planet.
I need you.
Father.
Did you fuck me?
What?
Is this some kind of incest thing?
No.
Then what the fuck is this?
We need to prepare America for my ascension.
You one of us now? Well, if you can't beat him, join him. Then fucking beat him.
This is our last chance. The only thing we have left is hope.
It's beta male shit, bro. War, am I right?
Those who seek to destroy me, the non-believers and backstabbers. I offer oblivion.
You guys are friends?
You talk.
Okay. How are we initially feeling? I seen some blood, some body parts splattering and all of that. It was looking a little crazy, looking a little gruesome and gorish like how it normally does in that The Boys universe. I am looking forward to it. Okay, so now comes the question that Johnny had before. Besides Homelander versus Butcher, what other fights you want to see in season 5? Wouldn't mind seeing Soldier Boy versus Butcher. Honestly, I think your man A-Train is going to have some sort of redemption arc, and I want to see him at least try because he's been getting bitched the entire series. I would want to see a 1v1 of A-Train versus Homelander. I want to see him finally like go ahead and kind of get his or whatever because everybody's so scared of Homelander. So I would like to see that brother step up and kind of, you know what I'm saying, get his 1-for-1 on that one. Shall we watch the trailer one more time? I think we should. And then we'll go into a breakdown.
My power is absolute.
At heights no one's even dreamed of. But I have a bigger destiny.
Oh, praise be. And what is it?
All right, let's get to work, yeah?
We think that Homelander is looking for the V1.
It's Thought's first iteration of Compound V.
If Homelander got his hands on some,
He'd be immortal.
We need to run while we can, however we can.
No. We hit him with the virus while it still works.
And kill every fucking suit on the planet.
I need you.
Father.
Did you fuck me?
What?
Is this some kind of incest thing?
No.
Then what the fuck is this?
We need to prepare America for my ascension.
You one of us now? Well, if you can't beat him, join him. Then fucking beat him.
this is our last chance. The only thing we have left is hope.
It's beta male shit, bro. War, am I right?
Those who seek to destroy me, the non-believers and backstabbers. I offer oblivion.
You guys are friends?
You talk.
How do we see the last part of the Boys series actually turning out? Because there are some characters from Gen V that are also going to show up in this last season. Let me see. Johnny says A-Train versus Homelander might be like Red Rush versus You know what? You might be right about that, bro. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a breakdown of what we've seen here. Hold on for a second. See if we can get a little bit of a breakdown. That is crazy. Now, it just might be just like that. A one and gun. If he one-shots him, bro, I'd be so upset. We waited all that time for that 1v1. Well, at least I did. That 1v1, and that's what happens? Okay. So we're going to rock out with, who is this? Heavy spoilers. That nigga's dressed up like Invincible. Hold on, y'all. Don't forget to give them a like, comment, and subscribe as well, because I do not steal. I only react.
Paul, in this video, we're breaking down The Boys Season 5. I can't see out these goggles, and this is the best I could do on short notice, but I'm here to break down.
Also, too, when you see things like the final season and all that, are we expecting a lot of deaths? Are we expecting a lot of deaths? Anybody that keeps up with this universe, if you've even like read the comic books in some sort of way, are we expecting a lot of deaths in this last season? I think Marie helps Starlight and Butcher defeats Homelander. I think that power, that compound V that Butcher got is driving his ass crazy, but that's just a theory of mine.
The brand new Boys trailer. Season 5 is right around the corner, and we're getting a double episode drop on April 8th. It's going to release side by side next to it, which no doubt will be lots of fun at the channel. I cannot wait. My editors are very happy. Throughout this video though, I want to go through the new look and talk about everything within it. If you enjoyed, please hit the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the breakdown and costumes. With that out of the way though, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into the book.
Oh no, not a death in every episode, Johnny. Somebody gonna bite the dust every episode? I would like to see that. I think I would love to see that, as a matter of fact.
Boys Season 5.
You guys are friends?
You talk.
Now, the trailer begins with Homelander addressing a crowd, and as we see, he positions himself in front of a crucifix to basically paint out his entire MO and what he wants to do in the season. Homelander wants to become a god, and in order to do that, he needs to go back to the original version of Compound V, V1, which basically allowed soups to live forever. That was something that we saw in Stormfront and Soldier Boy, and
oh no, somebody like Homelander cannot get a hold of Compound 1. That man will pull a Caesar and will pull up and say, I rule the world, and I'm never not going to rule the world because I live forever. By the way, if you rolled up, cheers, y'all. Cheers. That's crazy. Homelander. What if Homelander wins, bro? If he wins, he gets the Compound V. He gets the Compound 1. He wins. He's unstoppable. Soups rule the world. Humans will probably be enslaved to something like that.
As we know, Soldier Boy's been kept on ice in his Vought Tower room. Very strange. It might be an incest thing, which Soldier Boy points out later, but I don't think that he's gone that far yet. But yeah, Homelander is wanting to become a god, and on the flip side of this, we have Butcher who wants to take him down. There's lots of religious imagery throughout the trailer that we'll get into in just a bit, but Butcher is basically back with the gang, and yeah, ready to take out all the soups worldwide. Now, the last trailer featured a lot of bodies.
Who the fuck was Homelander punching right here? Because whoever that is, they face is done.
Worldwide. Now, the last trailer featured a lot of bodies lying around what looked to be an abandoned car park, and at the time, I did think that this was possibly Sage Grove. However, the teaser in fact confirms that it's Fort Harmony Medical Department, and I'm guessing that this is where V1's stored. Reminds me a lot of the comics though, where Butcher blew off all the Soup's heads in Russia after discovering that a radio signal could trigger the V in their body to explode. Very convoluted, but in the final run of the comics, Butcher climbed up the Empire State Building to set this off, and this basically would detonate and kill all the Soup's in the world. He was stopped by Huey, but yeah, just seeing the bodies like this reminded me a lot of that.
But hold on, isn't Starlight a Soup? So wouldn't that kill her too? Yo, Billy Butcher really hates Soups, even though he's become one. I think it's Homeland. I think it's Ryan. Homelander hesitated a little and had a burn mark on his chest. Let me see. We gonna come back to what Buddy was talking about in a second. Hold up. That is very burnt right there. I can see that. Right, you are.
Centers were touched upon, but fair. The buildings also. We've also seen that the sort of wing of corporation camp is back as well, and he's basically done its most likely Homelander and Soldier Boy, and the boys are coming in to basically try and stop the two bad guys. Now, Terra will be making a return as well, and I'm guessing that's going to tie in with Dognot. Dognot was first introduced in Gen V Season 2, and he's basically Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Trash. How the hell you gonna stop Homelander and Soldier Boy? Come on now.
However, he also likes to shag dogs, and I'm guessing that's doggy style, and this is likely going to put poor old little Terra in his sights. Samir Shah is back as well, and he was of course working for Stan Edgar last time. Now, the first teaser was where we initially saw that Soup-themed concentration camp. This is run by Vernon Correction Services, which is the corporation that was owned by Tech Knight.
Marie might be able to neutralize the virus because she has that power to control blood and use it as a weapon. She could snatch that right on out of you. Right, Mom. You right. I wonder how crazy and nasty they gonna make this season since it's the last one. You know what I mean by crazy and nasty if you've watched the show before.
It's clearly a comment on how prisoners have become a sort of wing of corporations now, and this is something that's been exposed in a lot of prisoner for profit studies. We've also seen that the sweaters the prisoners are forced to wear have the stars and stripes on the back, which is clearly mirroring Homelander's cape. The building.
Nah, my man Homelander got a whole concentration camp and he done lock folks up in. Oh, that's crazy.
Will also have lots of friendly Soup-themed images and a picture of Homelander smiling on a container. Yeah, there are signs as well that say firm but fair, but the armed guards highlight that might not be the case. It's clearly a place used to house political prisoners and people who might be adversaries to Vought. Re-education centers were touched upon in issue 19, and this is something they've fleshed out here quite a bit. I think this is just for regular people though. As Gen V showed, they have proper containment centers for Soups. The fact it's open air as well means that they're not worried about anyone leaping out or flying away either. However, that doesn't stop Soups from entering it, and Starlight and A-Train have both been spotted in the teasers rushing through. The latter hints at a Days of Future Past inspired speedster scene, which I can't wait to see. Now though, A-Train is clearly aligned with the boys, and in case you didn't see Gen V Season 2, yeah, that...
You think all that's going to end right for him? He in line with the boys now? Yo, Homelander can't wait to get him out of here. And it might just be like Red Rush versus Omni-Man. You might be right about that one. Real quick and nasty, out of there.
That ended with him joining the group. This was alongside Annie, so I'm guessing we'll get to see more of the characters from that show joining in the rescue. What I loved about the speedster shot as well is that he runs past a Turbo Rush advert, and there's also Homelander too. So it's kind of symbolically showing the two opposing sides. Now, I feel like the camp and rescue will happen in episode 1, and we'll then see the gang on the run. We have had the shots of the characters at what looks like a rec center, so I'm guessing they've dipped there and have turned that into a hiding place. Huey being reunited with Annie is also mirrored in Frenchie and Kimiko. I think it's after this escape that Butcher potentially asks if they want to have one more go, and that then leads into the rest of the season. Now, one of the big complaints I've seen around the season is that it kind of undoes the cliffhanger ending of season 4. There, Butcher drove off with his darker side in the back seat, and he'd fully embraced becoming the monster. The new looks have made it very clear, though, that he's back with the group. Because of this, I think there's a couple of possibilities that might have gone down. Now, in case you haven't seen Gen...
Oh, I think A-Train is the first boys member to be killed. I could see that. I could very much so see that.
That basically...
Like I said, as long as he get his 1v1 with Homelander, bro, and some sort of, even if it's in a way that's just crazy, just at least let him get his 1v1. That's all I'm saying.
Evolved Marie's powers so she was able to heal people. Played massively into the series, and though I don't want to spoil what happens in case you haven't seen it, it was quite a big thing. So I do wonder if Marie from Gen V heals him and this sort of sorts out his mental issues. Now, throughout the teasers, we've definitely had the feeling that they're not surviving this. And yeah, if you've read the comics, then you'll know the odds of them doing a Stranger Things are very, very low. Across the board, there's the theme of death and that both the Supes and boys are coming to an end.
Now, I've never read the comics on this. I kind of feel like with this finally being the last little in-game version of they little in-game showdown type shit, I kind of feel like none of the boys walk away from this. Even if they beat Homelander, I kind of feel like none of the boys walk away from this. Not alive anyway.
Now, if you want to look fantastic for the show, then why not check out our merch store right below the video. There we have lots of boys-inspired shirts that will help you celebrate the series in style. More likely what he's doing. Now, Soldier Boy is back as, murder. Last time I see the Vault logo, so Huey's tied to a chair and Black Noir is going to be pinning some... The more money you save. It also seems like Black Noir is going to be pinning some stuff on the boys, as we have had a scene where Huey's tied to a chair and he kills someone in front of him. If you look at the God's name badge, you can see the Vault logo, so I think he's been sent out to frame the gang for murder. Last time, I did even wonder that he might have turned against the company, but I think... setting them up for murder is more likely what he's doing. The Soldier Boy is back as well, and he was last seen at the end of season 3. Well, he did have a cameo in Gen V, to be fair, but it was a dream, so it didn't really count. However, he was looked up in a Winter Soldier-esque style container, which Homelander is going to open up. I think saving his dad will be why Soldier Boy's a little less hostile towards him, and they do appear to be on the same side.
Black Noir might be tired of Soldier Boy's abuse. Yeah, I think he's definitely tired. He might try and do his big one too, and gonna get his head bust open just like Black Noir #1 did back in the day. It's gonna be bad. Maybe the 7 jump Homelander at the last little part. I don't know, man. There's no telling with the way that this series is shot and from the comic books. There's so many ways that they could take this last season.
That Soldier Boy has his upcoming spin-off with Stormfront, which will be releasing after this show wraps up. Has to be said, though, that will be a prequel period piece, but it will show their time together in the war. However, with prequel stuff, you do sometimes get the odd scene that's set in the future, so maybe having him come out the other side of this season and then start that season, be like, I remember what it was like. That would be a way that they could reframe the prequel stuff. Ultimately, though, I think Soldier Boy and Ryan are the biggest wild cards, and I do wonder how they're going to play into the season. Soldier Boy has turned against his son before, and he, of course, fought fascism in the war. His grandson is, of course, Ryan as well.
Nah, Johnny, I haven't seen any of the posters.
It does kind of make me wonder exactly who he's going to side with. I think ultimately he's going to stand up to his son, and yeah, he might even be annoyed that his son's kept him on ice. Either way, the teaser ramps up with lots of different shots, and my favorite bit is probably the Manhandle podcast by the Deep and Black Noir. Black Noir obviously doesn't speak. Well, he can, but he's playing a character, so he just has a soundboard. And yeah, the Deep is just rattling off his wisdom. Around the room, we have lots of different posters, including Men Unite, Equality, Men Alive.
Look at these posters, bro. The poster in the background, that shit it's the old school remake with a dude that should say he can do it. What the fuck is going on? Men's lives matter, equality, men unite. Hey, yo, the Deep is crazy, man.
Matter, he can do it, and so on and so forth. Very clearly playing off the manosphere and just kind of going to be a big coming on that. Now, Zoe Newman and Stan Edgar are going to be big characters too. In case you missed Gen V Season 2, we did see that they'd fled to an underground luxury bunker, which Stan had built just in case things went south with Fort. they've been laying low there, and Stan's planning to take back the company one day. So it looks like they're
Gross.
heading towards that goal and actually getting involved in the fight. Now, another big cliffhanger that we have the resolution for is what happened to Ashley. Season 4 left things off with her taking V to save her skin, but this then began a mutation. We didn't see exactly what this led to, but now it appears everything's all back to normal. Yay! I think she's possibly hiding something under the wig, and that she could have a head like the leader or something.
Oh no, let me go back. Let me see you go back. You don't just slide past that. We can't just slide past that like that ain't just happened. Hold on, man. All right. Yeah, nah. Hold on.
That she could have a head like the leader or something.
He said she could have a head like the leader. That is crazy. Hold on. Y'all take a look at that. What is that, man?
Something under the wig, and that she could have a head like the leader or something. Her powers may also have manifested to tie into her hair, and we could have something like Medusa from the Inhumans. Beyond that, we also know shapeshifters exist in this universe, so someone might just be disguised as the character. They could be keeping her locked deep away in a vault, and they may come across her at some point in the series, kind of like how they came across Lamplighter in the comics, if you know.
I think she's gonna help the boys. She's gonna end up dead too, but she's gonna end up helping the boys.
You know. Now we're also getting a church-themed stage show. Firecracker has been seen present here, and we also have a new character in Oh Father, played by David Diggs. He's a character who represents a mix between church and state. From the wiki, we know Oh Father was arrested for molesting minors in 1997, and since then he's...
Whoa! This is oddly like if superheroes were like in our world and they were bad news. Jesus Christ. We just gonna scroll past that? And he's still calling himself as a superhero named Oh Father? He wrong with that, Ashley.
Been ostracized from the soups. However, he's clearly been offered a way back, and yeah, knowing...
What do you think, Johnny? What do you think?
Firecracker's past, you can see why he should be fine with nonsense. As for the comics, he's not actually a big character at all, and I am quite interested to see what they do and how they flesh him out. And the show will somewhat be a supernatural reunion. Not only do we have Jared Padalecki joining the cast, but Misha Collins is going to be there as well. All three will share at least one scene together, but we don't know who's playing who. The theories were, though, that Jared might be Jack from Jupiter and that he's possibly grown his hair out. He was featured in Diabolical and also appeared in the adult movies Lamplighter watched in Season 1, but yeah, he's the only main original member of the Seven from the comics that hasn't showed up in the series. I do think he's...
That would be fire if he was playing that character. And it's good to see a supernatural reunion. Supernatural definitely has big replay value. Stop playing.
Coming though, and yeah, having Jared doing this, kind of being an outcast and then coming back, I think that would make a lot of sense. In the last teaser, we also saw him entering a room, and the red curtains made me think it was the Oval Office. Now, I think Homelander is going to be bringing soups into his government and appointing them in major positions. But yeah, they're all idiots, and none of them are going to have any idea what they're doing. Speaking of the Oval Office, that's how we end the teaser, with Homelander sat there in the...
Hold on. So you don't think she's going to help the boys? You think she's going to help Homelander? And become a part of the 7, which would make it the 8. I want to say this comes out in like a week and some change or whatever. See, I'm here for it. I like these theories.
Hot seat. This is, of course, a massive callback to the comics, as that's pretty much how we start at the beginning of the end of his story. Homelander took over the office, and then Butcher was sent in to kill him, and it's clear that they're playing on that. There was then a big twist reveal, I'm sure you already know, but yeah, they're clearly aping that iconography, even though I don't think that's the way they're going to go with it. Not in terms of the twist, in terms of like them having the final battle there. Now, from the teasers, it's clear that Ryan doesn't mind getting his hands dirty. The first look showed him attacking a SWAT team, and I did wonder if these had been sent to bring him in. His dad could be trying to rein him in as well, and I think the season's going to be a battle for his soul. There is a moment where he's covered in blood, and the character looks just like his father. His eyes glow red as well, and yeah, things don't look good, mate. But I think Butcher will eventually...
Oh, nah, Johnny, don't tell me she sold out, bro. I wonder what her powers are, though.
And she went around and tried to reinforce the lessons that Becca taught him. I think Ryan may even be put into a position where he has to kill his father, but ultimately Butcher will do it instead. This will spare the lad from killing his dad and stop him from going down that dark path. Anyway, that wraps up the video, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Salute to heavy spoilers, man. Love the work, love the work. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That definitely got me hyped to see season 5 of The Boys. How are we feeling? Major deaths coming, major reveals coming, new characters. Supposedly they might use this last season to make more spinoffs. Who knows? And you know we got the Soldier Boy prequel coming out. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking, man. Y'all tell me what y'all thinking. That is crazy. But on to the next one. On to the next one. Yo, how many of y'all been keeping up with that Invincible? Invincible. Yeah. The new trailer is out. Well, this is the official teaser for the other half of the season 4. Is this supposed to be the last season of Invincible? I don't know. But this is by way of Invincible and Skybound. We're going to subscribe to them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only right. Give them a like. All right, y'all. Let's check it out. Keep smoking, but
Leave no one alive.
However strong you think you are, Thrag is stronger.
Thrag's death is the only thing that matters. They will shudder before our strength, our devotion, our vengeance.
okay. That went by kind of fast. I'm going to check it out one more time.
Leave no one alive.
However strong you think you are, Thrag is stronger.
Thrag's death is the only thing that matters. They will shudder before our strength, our devotion, our vengeance.
Okay. So all of this is leading up to a war, obviously, right? All this is leading up to a war. How do you beat somebody like Thrag? This is like, y'all don't understand. This is crazy. Did y'all just see that dude? Nah, that's a little crazy to me. But we're gonna get a little teaser trailer breakdown of this whole situation by HSN Explains. So keep smoking, y'all. I'm about to roll up another one my damn self. Hold on. My man said they might do 2 more seasons of that.
How the animation of this season will be. More lines delivered by Lee Pace that determines whether he was the better choice over Ryan Hurst or not. Impact frames that show Thrag to be the literal devil while Mark punches him alongside Thrag, sliming out Oliver just like in the comics. I know this was a 30-second teaser.
Hold on. Teamwork is the only way to beat him. Nigga, look at this perfect hairline having motherfucker, man. Nobody's messing with him. You heard what Nolan said in the background. However strong you think you are, Thrag is stronger. Omni-Man is telling you this guy is him. I'm afraid of this dude.
Just for Thrag, but there is still a lot to unpack here, so let's get into it. The teaser opens with the same scene we've seen before, which is this exact comic panel where he tells Conquest to leave no allies of Nolan alive while Conquest kneels in front of him right here. The first new scene we get is the animation of this scene that got leaked before, and honestly, the animation does not look too promising here. But the rest I won't shit on, because it was actually good. So the next scene is of Thrag and his ship as it gets blown up, and this scene alone explains so much. Even if you haven't read the comics, I won't spoil much. But in the comics, when Mark is done fighting Conquest, they come directly to attack Thrag's ship, and this is exactly the scene right here. This confirms my theory in my previous video that this scene in the main trailer is his rematch with Conquest, since we are seeing the timeline after it where they attack Thrag. The next scene is him flying away right after his ship blows up, which is this exact panel, and what the actual fuck is this right here? Whatever was the name of this super tough looking Viltrumite, they literally
No, whose skull is he holding?
molested him in the show, but I'm hoping this isn't him and is some other random John Viltrumite. The only thing I find odd is that they are keeping Thrags' cape, while in the comics he stops wearing it at this point. Also, if you notice in the comic panel, General Craig is completely fine, but here he is violently raped by someone. I think this makes perfect sense because in the comics right before this moment, he fights Thetis, then fights the Goat Tech Jacket, and then fights Alan the Alien, so he should be pretty busted and not completely fine like in the comics. But he does look like he has someone else's blood on him, so it could be that he clapped Alan's cheeks, which would make him more powerful for the war. Anyways...
Oh no, if he kills Alan, bruh, that will be a shocker. If he gets Allen out of there in the 1v1, that will be crazy. That might set the whole season, the whole half off right there.
In the next scene, we see this cotton-picking, KFC-enjoying, watermelon-munching NBA player of a Viltrumite get executed by Thrag, and I don't recall an exact scene...
Whoa, wait a minute. I'm not sure all of that was needed just now. Who's this guy? HSN explains cotton picking. Why he got to be all of that? Yo, I think we're out of here. Yeah, we're out of here. I don't like that. Don't like those types of vibes. We don't do those types of vibes right there. Yeah, we don't do those types of vibes right there. Sorry. As a matter of fact, that just might have killed it for me for that whole little subject right there, man. All right. Well, y'all saw the trailer. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. Get your Prime game up because season 4, the other half of season 4 of Invincible is dropping. I definitely am keeping up with that. We'll definitely be reacting to the episodes of that. As a matter of fact, I think I'm about to do a quick little run back and watch the whole joint all over again because I think this might be it for a while. So, I'll do that. So, shout out to all my folks that fucks with the Invincible series. But yeah, Daredevil also had a new teaser that came out, y'all. Yeah, they also had a new teaser that came out. Daredevil Born Again Season 2, which will be dropping March 19th, I want to say. Yeah, we are around the corner from that. Let's see, we're gonna go with our good folks with Kino Check again. My man said, I want to see Luke Cage and Iron Fist make a return. Okay, so low-key, they have been talking about Luke Cage. Well, Iron Fist is definitely supposed to be returning. It's all but confirmed he's returning. Jessica Jones is back. The Punisher's back. Why not go ahead and bring back Misty Knight? Bring back Colleen Wing, that whole Netflix side that they never wanted to really show any love. Bring all of those characters back. Bring back Claire Temple. You know what I'm saying? Bring her back. Bring back Claire Temple. That would be so fire to give that side the proper, you know what I'm saying, shine that they deserve. Shout out to the Netflix defenders. And honestly, I think about season 3, which they're gonna try and turn around and start shooting soon. I think season 3 will feature Luke Cage. I think it will. We might see another Defenders movie type situation, special, something. Maybe even a real movie. Let's get to this over here with Kino check though. Hold on, y'all.
This has gotten so out of hand.
I feel liberated.
Can you stop him?
Over medicated. Not alone.
So what's next?
I'm going to take this city back.
This should be tons of fun.
Hold on, did that say March 24th? Yes, it did. Let's run it back again. I ain't even roll up yet. Y'all fast as hell, ain't it? Kino check.
This has gotten so out of hand.
I feel liberated.
Can you stop him?
Over medicated. Not alone.
So what's next?
I'm going to take this city back.
This should be tons of fun.
March 24th, later this month, season 2, Daredevil Born Again. How we feeling about that? How are we feeling about season 1? Did it take a little bit of time to heat up for you? Did it take a little bit of time to heat up for you, or was it had about the same type of excitement as it did on the Netflix side? Let's see. Johnny says, better feud, Daredevil versus Kingpin or Billy Butcher versus Homelander? I'm gonna say Billy Butcher versus Homelander because it's kind of an on-site situation with them. Like they don't do no talking and all of that. There's no respect. They just want to kill each other. Versus Daredevil and Kingpin, they don't like each other, but at the same time, they have a certain respect for each other's fighting at the end of the day, you know? Which is why he pointed out in the first season how Kingpin had lost a little bit of weight, and he was like, Matthew, I won't spar with you. Yeah, so they have a certain amount of respect for each other, even though they're not on the same side. Season 1 was good. Yes, it was. I can't wait for later this month. We're going to watch this one more time before we do a little breakdown. Hold on.
This has gotten so out of hand.
I feel liberated.
Can you stop him?
Over medicated. Not alone.
So what's next?
I'm going to take this city back.
This should be tons of fun.
Hey, all right. So now we got to have a little breakdown of that. We got to have a little breakdown. Johnny says, I'm hoping season 2 will be on the same level as the Netflix. See, it's fire, but the Netflix part, man, when it was Netflix, shit was bloody. Think about them in the hallway fights that they was having where it was just silhouettes and Daredevil was in there just getting down. And the reason why I like that show so much is because, yeah, he's Daredevil, but he could also be hurt. He's not going to be walking away just all right from these fights that he's having with these grown men over 200 pounds, and it's like 10, 15 of them. He might whoop their ass, but he might walk out with a bruised rib or something like that. I just like the realism of it, and it was a little brutal to me too. Let's see, we got a breakdown of that somewhere. Let me see the things we might have seen. Okay. Emergency Awesome. Y'all know we love them. Salute to them good folks. Let's check it out.
I'm going to take this city back.
This should be tons of fun.
Welcome back, everyone. Marvel dropped a brand new Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer. There's a bunch of new footage, bunch of characters returning as we see, so we'll break it all down. Also have news about the rest of the Netflix Defenders, and it is good news. They are bringing everybody back for their next arc after this Mayor Kingpin arc towards the end of Season 2. Now everybody's asking, when are the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters coming back too? What about all those?
Hold up. Do we want to see all the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters come back? That might be a little much right there, my boy. I don't know if we want to see that whole situation, because then you got to bring back characters like Graviton. Y'all just going to excuse the fact that there was a Graviton? That weird-ass character?
People. The current plan right now is for everybody to be back at the beginning of Season 3. So they're wrapping up their current Season 1, Season 2 arc right now. In Season 3 will be like a completely different story, which is why they need all the Netflix Defenders back. But there is a whole lot going on during this new footage. We have a new hallway fight scene. Everybody wondering what the hallway fight scene is going to be this.
Hold up. You said no, save the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for Doomsday. I would love to hear why you think they would just fit in Doomsday somewhere. But so that means if we're actually going to have all the Defenders come back, they have to continue the story of what happened at the end of Season 2. What was it? Season 2 of Luke Cage, when he took over Harlem? Did he become a bad guy? Did he become a good guy? Like, you know what happened? We can't just ignore that. I know it happened, but then again, you also got to address the fact of whether all of the Defenders got blipped or not. That's another thing we got to talk about. Let's start addressing what happened to everybody during those 5 years, whether they were there or not. We can start there and then move forward.
Season, we see a bunch more Jessica Jones and Matt Murdock scenes with them talking it out about what their plan is this season and why he needs help, and another big deep cut for the Punisher because they're sitting inside the Punisher's secret lair when they're talking to each other. I know there's going to be a ton of questions about what's happening with Punisher during the events of Season 2 because he's mostly supposed to be busy with what's happening in Spider-Man Brand New Day in the Punisher special presentation, which is based on the Nucci family. So like Mon Nucci is going to be the main villain of that Punisher special presentation. And at least
I'm going to give you a spoiler of what's going to happen in the Punisher's shit. Everybody's going to die. That's it. He's going to kill the whole mob.
As far as people have said, the Punisher is not supposed to actually show up during Season 2 because he's so busy with those other things. And the other characters like Daredevil is not supposed to show up during the Punisher special presentation. Don't know about Spider-Man Brand New Day, though. We will see if there's other crossover characters because it would be weird to have so much Netflix Marvel TV energy with like...
That would be crazy if Matt Murdock showed back up in the new Spider-Man movie, just like how he was in the last one, but this time he shows up as Daredevil. That would be kind of a crazy cameo. Like, Marvel needs asses back in seats. I say push it to the limit. Go ahead. Push it to the limit. Give us that Daredevil cameo of him watching from the rooftop saying, "Good job, kid," or something like that. Yeah, give us something. Maybe he met up with Daredevil and Daredevil's actually been training him as far as like fighting styles and stuff like that. Write something in there, man. You just can't ignore the fact that Matt Murdock is just not out doing his thing.
Daredevil running around the city, and then for him to not show up inside Spider-Man Brand New Day right after seeing him in Spider-Man No Way Home. There are already so many characters in that new Spider-Man movie, we will see. There are also a bunch of other characters that you probably spotted during this too, including the new version of White Tiger.
Johnny. She-Hulk should never, ever appear again. I hated that show. I don't know why she's here. Why would you fuck up the Hulk the way you did and then bring another Hulk into the world and also fuck her up too? But at the same time, I do like it when she breaks the fourth wall. That shit do be fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Just starting at the beginning of the footage and working our way through shot by shot, talking about Easter eggs and WTF moments. So he starts with a shot. I love the way they framed this too. The room itself, like the lighting behind him, is red, but the suit is black. So they want to show the contrast. But the thing is you actually get a better look at the black suit with the double D's on it, is that it's still the same red suit that's just been modified to be black. It's basically the exact same suit that he wore during season 1. He just removed the red and turned it black for stealth reasons because Daredevil is like the most.
That red and black suit is crazy fire. That shit is crazy fire. I honestly like it. It's a little bit more stealth. He can blend in. Although maybe he should have made it like a dark blue. Then he would have really, really blended in. Yeah, it would have been fire.
Reasons because Daredevil is like the most wanted man in the city when the season picks up.
This should be tons of fun.
Kingpin also knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, so he's double wanted, which is why he needs to hide out so much. Also makes you wonder about the scene of him.
Oh, nah, I ain't know Kingpin snitched. I ain't know he snitched. He really called war on all vigilantes and all that. He snitched. Oh, nah. You don't understand how many other people can be hurt by folks knowing that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. Come on, man.
With Karen Page getting ready to talk to Kingpin and Buck Cashman, like broad daylight in the middle of a building. Not totally clear when that scene is happening, if it's at the very beginning of the season or it's deeper in the season, because Kingpin obviously would know exactly what he's trying to do as Daredevil. Like, this is a scene here where there are no secrets between any of these people in this frame. Karen Page also has her own special history with Kingpin going back to the original Netflix series. He is definitely not a fan of Karen Page. We get a little voiceover from...
Because Karen Page put bullets in his last handler. That shit was funny. Motherfuckers thought Karen was weak. Karen picked up that pistol. Karen Page handled business. You understand me? She stood on it. It happened real fast, too. And then she left him there.
Jessica Jones saying that things in the city have gotten out of hand since the beginning of season 1. They show you a wide crowd shot of City Hall with the anti-vigilante task force, which has since been upgraded, like way better gear. They still have the Punisher logos, designs on their vests, but they're black, so you can't quite see them quite as much. It's a little bit more subtle. But everyone is still running around the city using the Punisher's logo. It seems like things have started to devolve in the city with a lot of people's personal freedoms being infringed on. Like, it's basically a police state in New York City, which is why everybody's rioting in front of City Hall here. When you see them inside Punisher's lair from season 1, my assumption is they just go there to hide out because Matt Murdock, Daredevil, wanted man, and Kingpin doesn't know about Punisher's secret base.
I'm wondering how is he going to get his way out of this situation because Foggy's gone. Who could represent? I mean, could Karen? Who could represent Matt and get him out of all of this vigilante stuff if it has to take it to court? Because at the end of the day, Matt is a lawyer. Do we want to see some more lawyer stuff in the series, or do we want straight action? I think a little mixture of both, but that can't happen. He's a wanted man.
There's that tongue-in-cheek dialogue where she asks if he can stop Kingpin, and he says not alone, which is the reference to putting together another team like Marvel Netflix Defenders. We get a quick scene of Kingpin. Now he's wearing white again. He was wearing white at the end of season 2 again, like classic Kingpin white. I love the way they frame this too with the black underneath. It's meant to be a metaphor for his character. Not totally clear what he's doing here, walking through the prison. I'm assuming there's just like a bunch of people that he has had locked up that he does not...
Salute to Marvel for casting Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. That was a perfect casting. You that's it, that's all. I don't know nobody else that could possibly play that better than him.
Like inside prison here. Can't really tell whose apartment this is where he's taking someone down. Maybe somebody associated with the anti-vigilante task force or like just associated with Fisk that he's trying to get rid of. We get another quick scene of Karen Page with a gun. Watch out, Karen Page has a gun, one of the most deadly characters in the Marvel Netflix series. And you notice that it's Angela who's back from season 1 that she's protecting. I believe Angela will also take her uncle's mantle of white.
Keep trying to tell y'all, Karen Page do not care. She will up that too. And she not scared no more. It's like it's up there with her. She not playing with nobody. All that being scared and waiting on a vigilante to come save you. Karen don't do that no more. Not Karen Page. You done killed one of her closest partners. Foggy. You seen everybody seen Foggy. She seen Foggy die right in front of her. She keep that thing on her. Salute to Deborah Ann Wolf.
Tiger, because they gave her his amulet at the end of season 1, which gave him his powers last season. So it makes sense that she'd be able to get the same powers from the amulet.
Come on. You're a lawyer. You ain't dumb.
But at least at this point, she is like a tiny little baby, so I'm not expecting her to like run around in a white tiger costume or anything like that. I think when she is a little bit older, like older teenager.
She-Hulk can replace Foggy and help Matt. And you know what? If they wrote her a little better, this could be a way to bring her back on TV to where folks would actually want to see her. You might be right about that one, Johnny. Yeah. Just no twerking with female rappers, sickening. More fourth wall breaking and more hopeness. You know what I'm saying? Like that whole TV show was like just thrown together, man. I was a little upset that I had watched it. It was just thrown together. And then come to find out the stuff that happened in the show really didn't mean nothing.
Then she'll start acting as White Tiger as a vigilante around the city. This is also meant to be an Easter egg for the progression of White Tigers in the comics where the mantle gets passed down. Hector from season 1 was meant to be the original White Tiger in the comics. We get another scene of Jack Duquesne's swordsman back from season 1. Remember, he had been locked up by Kingpin in those cells. I'm assuming this entire...
Oh no, the swordsman is back. Might we see him actually getting active outside in his actual like swordsman costume and really outside fighting crime as a vigilante, because the city needs protecting now, because everybody who's anybody knows that Wilson Fisk is really the bad guy. He's the street level Thanos. So y'all think this could end up leading to a movie, like a real movie that goes in theaters?
Interrogation has something to do with that, and he's able to escape, and he also just helps out with season 2 stuff. Mostly they've used the character for comedy. I don't know how much of him we're going to see in season 2. We get a bunch more scenes of Jessica Jones using her powers on the anti-vigilante task.
Echo should never, ever show up anywhere again. Trash. Hawkeye, I could see Hawkeye season 2. Hawkeye, I could see that. And get Echo the fuck out of here, please.
Force in this warehouse. I'm assuming all this gear might have something to do with Kingpin's supplies at the docks, because the docks seem like a really big location to him that he was using to launder his billions and billions of dollars that he told Vanessa about during season 1. So it just seems like there's a lot going on at the docks. There's a lot of big explosions too. So it seems like Daredevil also just wants to blow it to hell. Notice when he says we're going to take this city back, he still has the full red armor on, like he hasn't changed his suit to black yet. So I'm assuming it's a little bit earlier in the season. Then we get a totally different scene of him inside that underground prison with all those cells. Notice that most of them are empty as he's taking out all the guards here.
I just want action. Don't have it. These shows lately have been taking, if it be like a 6-episode motherfucking show, the show take to episode 5 to heat up. We don't need that on this one. Don't want that. We need for it to heat up episode 1. If there's 10 episodes, it needs to write up, and it needs to happen fast if you want to keep everybody's attention. And if it's a situation where you want to drop these episodes every week versus giving it all to us at one time.
Maybe he just comes to free everyone, or he's learning about it here and he's coming to save people. There are like still people stuck in here maybe. We get another scene of Dex, Bullseye, inside a kitchen. What is he cooking?
Dex is back again. That boy, I like him as Bullseye, man. That motherfucker crazy.
Is he cooking? Probably one of the most dangerous places for him to actually be. My early theory is this might be the same diner in the other trailer where we saw him go to get the milkshake, where he seemed really pleased with himself. Maybe this just happens like for some reason he's here taking out a whole bunch of goons. There was a bunch of footage of him fighting side to side with someone else with Daredevil, so it seems like it's going to be the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of situation, which is extra meaningful because he still blames him for killing Foggy, and he straight up threw him off a building and tried to kill Bullseye at the beginning of season 1. So part of the
you kill my best friend, I throw you off the roof of a building. Are we? I mean, you live, but are we even after that? I don't think we are. I don't think we are.
Idea is that they both hate each other for things that have happened recently in the past. We'll see what they do with this Foggy Nelson arc because there were some flashback scenes, some new scenes with Eldon Henson as Foggy, but they were meant to be flashbacks. But we will see if they reveal what's going on with him or if they save that for season 3. And you remember the whole plan to kill Foggy off in the first place was the original showrunner team when they
Trash. Why kill Foggy off?
Tried to do Daredevil Born Again before Kevin Feige decided that it was
get this crazy get her out of here. Why kill Foggy off? All right, man.
Crap, rebooted the reboot again with the Netflix people bringing them back and making the new version. They fully made season 2, and a big part of it was bringing a lot of the characters that the season 1 people tried to get rid of. Like Karen Page is a much bigger character during season 2. Jessica Jones, much bigger character. All the other Netflix Defenders characters coming back. So if the Netflix people came back to make the show more like it used to be.
There you go. There you go. Just to be shocking, they killed Foggy. There you go. The boy Luke Cage back. If they bring back Finn Jones and don't bring back Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, what are we doing here? And then after that, do we want to see them just stay street level, or do we want to see them participate in a Doomsday or a Secret Wars?
In the Netflix era, wouldn't you then expect them to bring Foggy back eventually too? Just something to keep in the back of your mind across season 2. Remember, not really expecting Foggy stuff, like real big Foggy stuff, if there is going to be some, until season 3. We get a couple more boxing scenes of Kingpin with this other person here just absolutely wrecked.
I don't even want to think about that, Johnny. There's so many nasty women around there tripping that would, you know what I mean? Ugh. They say that milk keep him alive too. Trash.
Him. There are a lot of scenes like this in the comics. I think that's what this is meant to be a reference to. And there are some scenes that they filmed at Fogwell's gym. So I am hoping to get some actual boxing scenes between Kingpin and Matt Murdock in Fogwell's gym at some point. That would be great. We get a couple more scenes of that new hallway fight scene that he gets. And I do believe this is meant to be like the big hallway fight scene during this season. And generally, with Jessica Jones coming back, we will see how they reference Luke Cage and Iron Fist, because those are like the next two that are coming back for their season 3 arc after they wrap up the Mayor Kingpin arc. They haven't said what's going to happen to Kingpin after season 2, though. Is he still going to be mayor, or will he be deposed because his term will not be up yet? Apropos, in the comics, when they did the Mayor Kingpin arc, it was Luke Cage who ran against him for his next term.
Would we see a Mayor Luke Cage? I don't know. We got to see what happened with that whole crime in Harlem thing when he took over.
I'm not expecting the TV series to adapt that part of the arc, though. Like, I don't think.
Yeah, see, this is what we saw him last. He was at Harlem's Paradise. He had taken over Harlem, and he had became a crime boss. So there's no way he's gonna go from that to being the mayor. But then again, didn't Kingpin?
That Luke Cage is going to come out of the woodwork and then run for mayor of New York City. But all the Luke Cage Iron Fist Heroes for Hire return stuff is meant to be for season 3 for a completely new arc. So post all your theories. A little while ago, the president of Marvel TV also said that he wanted Elektra.
Oh, hold on. You just don't show us a picture of the girl. Did we like her as Elektra? Mayor Iron Fist would be good. I didn't mind her as Elektra. But do we want her to stay dead? You know, that's the last thing we seen her. She was up out of there. They got to write that the right way for that to even make sense to me at all. I've seen all this MCU stuff, so you can't just, oh, we had a reboot. Nah, y'all gotta write that the right way. Gotta write that the right way.
Elektra to come back for season 3. So post all your theories about that too. There's also been a lot of talk about doing a Jessica Jones Born Again type of series, like after season 2 and after season 3, she will go on to like more TV stuff in the Marvel universe in general. We'll see what they do after that too. They could do like a Heroes for Hire TV series at some point too. Really, like the future of Marvel TV rests with a lot of what they're doing in the Daredevil world right now on this show. Basically, the idea is that after Avengers Doomsday Secret Wars, when Marvel Phase 7 starts, like this new reboot era of Marvel, Marvel TV will look a little bit more like it used to before Kevin Feige took it over and tried to absorb it into Marvel Studios proper with like all the movie people running it. How do we make Marvel TV good again? We make it like they used to make it before we actually took it over, which is kind of funny. Ooh, the irony. Now we gotta see which of these TV characters they'll let show up during Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars.
See, told you that's a question that has to be asked. Which defenders show up in Doomsday and or Secret Wars? If any at all. Johnny says, I want to see both Daredevil and Elektra meet face to face in Doomsday or Secret Wars. That would be crazy. You trying to have folks tug on their heartstrings, because that means you talking to the people that's been watching since the Netflix series. Yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
I don't think that any of them are really showing up during Avengers Doomsday. Secret Wars would be like the real place to have variants show up from the multiverse, like real crazy cameo scenes. One of the reasons why all the Defenders aren't back during season 2 is also to avoid the cameo slop problem, where like a lot of people just do not get the time that they deserve or that they need to develop their characters, which is why they're waiting to season 3 for some of them to come back. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below and let me know which other characters you want to see come back. I know like the big thing right now is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters. We will see. Some of them are supposed to come back over the next couple of years, but they haven't said exactly how that's going to work.
Hold up. Johnny, you was just talking about them Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters coming back. That could happen. I meant Ben Affleck as Daredevil meets the current Daredevil. That could happen. Don't count it out. That could happen.
There's going to be a bunch of big stuff coming up. Daredevil episodes will start later this month. Before that, next week, we actually have Invincible Season 4 episodes. I will be doing week-to-week videos for everything, and we're going to get The Boys Season 5 episodes around the same time we're getting Daredevil, just like a little bit after. So we will have Invincible, Daredevil, and The Boys episodes all at the same time.
I'm here for all of it. Fuck is you talking about? Let's go.
We will be eating good the next couple of months, so be sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss any of those episodes. Everybody click here for my brand new Boys.
Salute to Emergency Awesome, man. Salute to them. How we feeling about Daredevil Born Again Season 2? I'm with it. Can't wait to see it. Yeah. Spring is a great time for shows. You damn right, man. Oh, yeah. Y'all better get your little portable on the go-ness on your phone, because it's a lot of shit to take a look at. But nah. Anyway, salute to the boy Chig Smooth. I seen him in some content that he had put out a little bit earlier in regards to the 50 Cent TIP situation. Are y'all familiar? Are you familiar with what's going on? It's getting a little crazy when your family get involved. Things don't go the right way. You can't say whatever you want about a man's wife or his family. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I am going to say. This is by way of Chig Smooth. We're going to take a look at this, y'all. And that's going to take us on the way out. Whoa, there we go. They done dropped some more diss songs, y'all. Y'all know the Harris family ain't playing with nobody in the booth.
Are you not entertained right now? Hey, dog, the last 6 hours has been absolutely insanity. Some of you guys are probably just waking up right now like, hey, Chigs, what the fuck is going on? What happened last night? Don't worry. As always, I got you guys covered. Now, late last night while everybody was sleeping, 50 Cent dropped a new Power theme song, and he took a shot at T.I. and his family on that record. Yes, that's right, you guys. 50 finally got in the booth and finally responded to one of his ops. Now, if you
remember, I told y'all, I said, because of where Tip is from, because of where T.I. is from, 50 could not say anything in the booth. He had to get in the booth and rap with him somehow. Y'all know why I said that.
you guys have not watched that video, please make sure you guys go check it out here. Now, this all comes 12 hours later after 50 Cent announced that he was going to be doing a Surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. So this now gave people a general idea of the angle 50 Cent was going to be taking. He's going to dig up his past sexual assault.
Whoa. 50 Cent reportedly developing a Surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. 50 said, remember how quiet I got before the Diddy doc? Dame thought I wasn't coming. Hope this doesn't mess up your promo tour. They're going to ask you about your 20 scratched up. 20 actual Hope cases. You might want to talk to a crisis PR person. That boy said at 50 Cent new music today. Wow. Hold up. Nah, that's it. This Biggs, you gone too far. This has gotten way out of hand now. It's got way out of hand, brothers. It's got way out of hand. We don't do this. I thought we was just gonna get in the booth. I thought we was just gonna do a versus.
Announced that he was going to be doing a Surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary. So this now gave people a general idea of the angle 50 Cent was going to be taking. He's going to dig up his past sexual assault cases and basically try to taint the public image of T.I. and his family. Now,
to be fair, King did it first. I mean, King shot on behalf of his mom, but he the one that showed 50 in court, and they talking about 50 to put his hands on somebody, whatever the case may be. He did it first. All right now.
Very similar to when 50 Cent put out the Diddy doc last year with Netflix. He's facing a little bit of backlash from people saying, bruh, you don't actually care about these women and their trauma. You just want to use these women and their trauma as pawns in your game just to get back at T.I. Somebody said there's no question that every traumatic story being told here will come from a sense of revenge instead of empathy. This situation devolved from a musical versus then into women being used.
Hold on. The Andre G newsletter says, so there's no question that every traumatic story being told here will come from a sense of revenge instead of empathy. The situation devolved from a musical versus thing into women being used as pawns. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
As pawns, which is a very fair criticism. However, if the women know all this beforehand and they still volunteer themselves to help 50 make this doc about T.I. and Tiny, can you actually blame 50 for it? Now, this was the shot 50 Cent took at T.I. and his family last night on the Power theme song.
Get the douche, bitch, get the ooze. Niggas still can't move me. I'm back for my dope boy grandma. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta.
Now, I told you guys last night that T.I. might lay off a little bit on 50 Cent. His son.
Whoa. Let's run that back. That shit was fire. Run that back.
At T.I. and his family last night on the Power theme song.
Get the douche, bitch, get the ooze. Niggas still can't move me. I'm back for my dope boy grandma. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta.
Now, I told you guys last night that T.I. might lay off a little bit on 50 Cent.
I don't know. He done got back in the booth on y'all ass. But you also took it a different spot. He took it a different way once you started talking about doing the documentary. I don't even want to shoot back at you now.
His sons might chill out. I thought it was a ceasefire, to be honest with you guys. T.I. and his sons have been going on interviews on different platforms, basically talking about the battle like it was over. However, I was wrong. That's right, you guys. I made a mistake and underestimated T.I. and his sons once again. Would you guys believe that within the same hour last night, T.I. and his sons dropped a diss record in response to 50 Cent's diss? At this
shit. What? Nah, Tip said we was waiting on you to say something. We was waiting with something in the cut. Hold up.
At this point, the Harris family has to be the hardest working family in rap right now. These guys are always ready for the smoke at the drop of a dime. T.I. immediately responded back to 50 Cent with a record called Trauma Bond. He said, 50, drop whatever you choose. Just please keep showing the world you a hoe. On Clay. And you still didn't tell us why you in 4K dick pulling with the smile of a sissy. Pandora's box is ajar, sir. Good luck. Fuck you, fuck nigga. You suck. P.S. Me and mine to the end of time is a trauma bond.
Sheesh.
They gon' celebrate us like they did when Obama won. Eating good like an Abu Dhabi in the Ramadan. Bitches, they gon' sweat a nigga heavy like the sun is on. Drugs out of Jonathan. Major is my youngest son. We a one-on-one. Nigga, you another none. Me and mine to the end of time is a trauma bond. I say it's me and mine to the end of time. It's a trauma bond. This is a result of staying down, having it, spreading shit around like the ground. I'm adamant. Make sure all of mine touch the paper. I'm hands on, cool on the line, that bitch.
Hold on. I don't know if I'm trying to dance after a nigga just said you had my mama eating every box in Atlanta. Yo, come on now. We trying to dance? I don't know, Tip. I don't know.
Like the fan on. Ain't no back and forth except for stuff. They on the internet, I'm pulling up. I still live in the world where you act like a girl, real nigga just avoid you, you sus. I've been lesson for these bitches, lesson learned. I see the pleasure ain't as heavy as the strength. Hey, listen, you ain't getting busy in my city, you got shitty luck. Pimp squad, we been pimping hard from the giddy up. They gon' celebrate us like they...
Now, his son, King, you guys know he's the trouble child, the goon of the family, the one that defends everybody no matter
the goon of the family is crazy. King, all right, man.
What, and is always ready to crash out. After King heard 50 Cent throw a diss shot at his family, King immediately said, say less, 50. He got in the booth and recorded and dropped yet another diss record on 50 Cent. King said, nigga, drop that weak-ass track. It ain't shit you can do that we can't, Mr. 5-0. So y'all just sit back and watch the show. We finna cook this duck-ass nigga. Song out now. Will be on all platforms later today. The song is called Drop Top. And in this song, King is talking.
That boy King be crashing out, boy. That shit is funny as hell. Take his phone away from him, man. Come on. It's just some people that don't need a phone.
Talking more shit again. He told 50, I raised my son to be a man. You cannot say the same as me.
We were stand on business over here, you did, yeah. From that side, fuck it, yeah. Let's get in the old school, drop top. She wanna give me top, yeah, I'm whipping it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm 50 Cent, I'm not taking that motherfucking diss seriously anyway, because ain't no nigga that's awesome. Ain't nobody getting on the track like that talking any sort of crazy to me.
In this foreign, feel like damn, it costs a lot. Niggas talk too much and run their mouth. I see why they got shot. Like that house you set on fire. Yeah, this shit you got ain't hot. You the type of nigga, clout some tea, I'm type to knock some teeth. Why the fuck you have a son just not to be there? That ain't P. You was made from 50 cents because your mama give it cheap. See you smiling, holding dicks, you can't say that did you a freak. But that nigga, he just wanted with black women, not with me. Bring my son.
Jesus Christ, man. And he very well could be saying some shit, but you singing and rapping and singing, 50 ain't taking that shit seriously, man.
To be a man, he cannot say the same as me. Can I land try put up to the hood? Visit Shiesty P. Natural diamonds in my fucking kids. Yeah, these bitches ski. What's up about Magic City Monday? Came for all the ops on Sunday. Nigga faking like he stand on business, but don't stand on nothing. I done caught out for my son, but nigga fuck around, push that button. I been smoking on Miss Jackson since a nigga post my mother. In the old school, drop.
Whoa, okay. I take that back. That boy made sure everybody heard that part. I've been smoking on Miss Jackson every time since he mentioned my mother. Oh, this has gotten wrong. Is 50 finna drop some music or something? This is getting a little crazy.
So this is more of the same that we've been seeing from the Harris family over the last 2 weeks. If you make a peep, if you come for my mama, if you say anything about us, we're going to respond back to you in less than 24 hours. No, we're not going to run out of diss songs. We're not going to run out of responses. Any kind of game you want to play, we can also match the same energy. Now, I'm also curious, now that we've officially seen 50 Cent get in the booth and at least throw a little bit of a shot towards T.I. and his family, are we now going to see other members, possibly of G-Unit, engage in this battle? Is anybody out there willing to...
No, we will not. No, we will not. 50 gonna handle this whole entire situation by himself, and that's if he chooses to pay attention to it. He only barely paid attention to that shit, man. But he does have to say something. The Harris family on his head. They are on his head top. They on his helmet.
Jump out the window for 50 Cent. And no, it does not have to be Uncle Murda or Tony Yayo. Even people like the Baby, who's been very closely affiliated with 50 the last couple of years. There's a lot of rappers out there, newer rappers, that 50 Cent has co-signed and actually helped their careers.
Real solid dude, man. Really put his arm around me and really put any opportunity in front of me that he could put in front of me and didn't care about how it affected him. You get what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that I didn't help, that I done been a major part of what they got going on. But because what I got going on right now could potentially affect what they got going on. Right. I didn't.
They pick up the phone and call you, but they ain't doing it publicly.
I done went from from the biggest asset they'd never had to a liability. Yeah, I see completely different people. You get what I'm saying? That was never the case with him, and he stood nothing in the game. He stood nothing in the game. A lot of these is people that game from me directly. You get or have already gamed from me. He stood nothing in the game. You know what I mean? The entire time, even to the...
Now is the time.
They're saying 50 is stand-up dude. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of folks that don't like 50, but then there's a lot of folks that said 50 helped them out. Everything can't be bad, but I don't know.
Time to step up and show your loyalty. Despite what he says publicly, I think 50 Cent does want to rap. Now, whether or not he wants to make a full-on diss song, that's to be determined. However, T.I. and his family has done enough to piss off 50, and now the war is officially on. You guys get in the comments below. What do you guys make of these responses?
Chig Smooth, salute. This was a great sesh, man. How y'all feeling about that? With this whole documentary coming and all that 50 is threatening with, is he really gonna do it? Should the Harris family leave this man alone? Y'all tell me in the comments how y'all feeling, man. Salute to everybody that pulled up in the chat. Johnny Boy, salute. Jamie Lanier, salute to everybody that pulled up, man. This was a great sesh. Happy Friday. This is another live episode of the Offenders Initiative podcast, and we are out.